Good YouTube. Quinn Wade comes with that instant basketball analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, exclusively on there forever. And we're going to talk about them Heat. Beat the Washington Wizards 152-136. The Wizards go to 17-60 and 6-33 on the road. The Heat go to 41-37 and 25-15 at home. The Heat leads the season series 3-0 because they play the Wizards one more time on the 10th of this month. And that'll be the last time these teams play each other because obviously the Wizards not making the playoff or the play-in, meaning that they got to play them next season. And it should be a fun game for the Heat to be trying to win again if they can. Other than that, the Miami Heat won the first quarter 36-32. They won the second quarter 41-25. They won the third quarter 45-34. They did lose the fourth quarter 45-30, but didn't really matter at that point since the Heat was still in front by double figures and they was able to close that out anyway. Anthony Gill was able to finish around the basket. He went 2 of 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 6 points. He ended up being the only starter to not score in double figures in points. He did have 5 rebounds and 3 assists and no turnovers, 3 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, and he finished as a minus 23 in plus minus. Then you look at Carlton Bub Carrington. He played 27 minutes. He went 4 of 13 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3. He missed his only free throw for 11 points. So he was able to score double figures. He did it the hard way. And he took some shots that was good. He just couldn't put them in the basket. It can be that way. You know, his shot has always came and went. And tonight was no different. But he did have 5 assists, 2 turnovers, and 2 steals, 2 rebounds, 2 personal fouls. So he did some other things decently in this one to have a respectable game. And he was a minus 25 and plus minus Bilal Coulibaly. He's been a little better for them lately, but in this one, he was just good. He played 25 minutes, had 12 points. He went 5 of 13 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, and 2 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 3 rebounds and 2 assists. He also had no turnovers, 2 steals, and 3 blocks. So he's been showing you that he can shoot a little bit. He can penetrate still. He can play some good defense with his mobility, length, and athleticism. Didn't shoot the ball from 3 that well, but, you know, I'm just basing it off the last couple games, the last couple weeks. And this was also not a bad game for him, but not really a strong or great one either. He had 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, was a minus 20. And plus minus Will Riley played 37 minutes. That ended up being the most on the team. And he has been a really good scorer for them. That didn't change in this game. He ended up having 31. That was game high for the Washington Wizards. And in the game for them, he also shot 12 of 17 from the field and 2 of 4 from 3 and 5 of 6 from the free throw line. So the jump shot is working. The driving is working. He's really shining in the moments and the opportunity that they've been giving him the last couple weeks. And it's good to see something positive for the Wizards this year because they haven't had much really going for them. He had 5 rebounds, 5 steals. That's really good. That was game high for the entire game. You don't really see too many people get that many. And he was able to accomplish that tonight. He had 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, and was a minus 3 and plus minus. And then Trey Johnson, you know, he's going to try to score. He always seemed like he gets 11, and that's about it. But he went 5 of 13 from the field, 1 is 5 from 3. You know, he's going to hit the mid-range. You know, he's going to try to drive. You know, he's going to try to launch some threes. And that's what he did. And then he had 4 assists, 3 rebounds, and 2 turnovers, 4 personal fouls, and was a minus 17 and plus minus. They got some good play also from their bench. I mean, they scored 136 points, so they had to do it somehow. And Leaky Black played 4 minutes. He didn't do anything but get a personal foul and was a minus 7 and plus minus. Justin Champagnie played 21 minutes. He had 12 points and 10 boards. So he finished the game with a double-double. But he also shot 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3, 3 of 3 from the free throw line. That's good from a player off the bench, especially when you look at the other things that he did. He did have 2 assists and 1 steal, 2 personal fouls, and was a minus 12 and plus minus. Julian Reese played 10 minutes. He went 0 2 from the field. He had 9 boards he can do that, and they need it. And hopefully, he can be on this team in the future. If not, he can be a good pickup because of his rebounding is a skill that he really does have. He also has 2 assists, no turnovers, and 4 offensive rebounds out of the 9. No personal fouls and was a +5 and plus minus. And then Sharif Cooper has been decent for them. He continued that 25 minutes. He had 20 points. He attacked the basket. He made shots from the perimeter. He got to the real. He got to the free throw line. He went 5 of 6 from the free throw line, 3 of 5 from three, to 6 of 10 from the field. He had 7 assists. You know, he's been a good playmaker for them since he's been getting legit minutes. He also had 2 rebounds, 3 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, 1 offensive rebound, was a +6 and plus minus. And then Jamir Watkins played 19 minutes. He had 14 points. He went 5 of 8 from the field, 2 of 4 from three, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. So you know he can score. You know he can shoot a little bit, and that was something he did again tonight. He had 3 rebounds, 1 assist, no turnovers, 1 steal, 1 block. He ended up fouling out in this one, and he only played 19 minutes. That's really, really crazy to see, but it ended up being truthful. In this one, he was a +13 and plus minus. And then Jaden Hardy, since they got him, he has shown that he's one of their better offensive players on the team. He had 19 points in 25 minutes. He went 7 of 15 from the field and 5 of 10 from three, which is really good. And he can do it for catch and shoot, or he can do it off the dribble. And then, of course, he can score with the mid-range or getting to the basket. He didn't really need to do that in this one, but his three-point shooting was just that good in this one that is going to start opening up everything else once he starts making it consistently, like he really has been doing for the Wizards. Other than that, he had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, 1 steal, and 1 block, and 3 personal fouls, and he finished as a +3 and plus minus. And then you look at the Miami Heat. Andrew Wiggins had a nice game, 26 minutes, 21 points, 7 of 11 from the field, 4 of 5 from three. The pull-ups was really going real well. The drives and the float type of shots was going well. Then he was able to get to the free throw line because of those reasons. He went 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He had 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, still in the block. Gave you some two-way play. Gave you some help in some other areas. He also had 2 offensive rebounds, 3 personal fouls, was a +24 and plus minus. Fontecchio played 19 minutes. He was the only starter for the Heat not to score in double figures because he finished with 8 points. He did go 2 of 3 from the three-point line, so he hit the wide open ones that was there. And then he finished 3 of 4 from the field. The only shot that he missed was a three-pointer. He had 1 rebound, 4 assists, 1 turnover, and a steal, 3 personal fouls, and was a +12 and plus minus. Bam Adebayo, 24 minutes. He ended up getting 14 points. He hit a couple of jumpers, and one was mid-range and 2 was threes. And then he went 2 of 4 from three, 3 of 6 from the field. He still attacked when he could. So he went 6 of 7 from the free throw line. He had 9 rebounds, 7 assists. You know he's going to find a way to find his teammates. You know he's going to be unselfish. He's a team player, and that worked for him a lot in this one. Good decision making from him. He only had 2 turnovers. He did get a steal and a personal foul, and he was a +25 and plus minus. Davion Mitchell played 26 minutes. He had 12 points and went 5 of 9 from the field and 2 of 5 from three. He had 6 assists. He's been a good playmaker for them, a good passer for them, and he's been a good three-point shooter from them, and then a guy that can attack the basket from time to time. He had 4 rebounds, 1 turnover, 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, was a +19 and plus minus. And then Pelly Larson played 24 minutes. He had 16 points. He's been a good offensive player from them no matter where he's at on the court. Although he didn't make any threes tonight, he usually does. But he went 0 of 2 from three, 6 of 10 from the field, 4 of 6 from the free throw line. So he still was efficient at the end of the day. And then 7 rebounds and 4 assists, 3 turnovers in the block, 1 offensive rebound, 1 personal foul, and was a +27 and plus minus. Keishad Johnson played 1 minute. He had a rebound, but he went scoreless because he didn't take any shots. His rebound was offensive. He had no turnovers, no personal foul, was a +1 and plus minus. Jaime Jaquez Jr. played 32 minutes. He had 32 points. He went 12 of 18 from the field, 1 of 2 from three, 7 of 7 from the free throw line. The man was just throwing ball, getting close to the paint, and just throwing up shots. And it works because he has size, he has touch, he has feel, he has understanding, he has footwork, he has everything you need to be a decent scorer or a great scorer in the league. And he went 12 of 18 from the field, so he didn't really miss much. And then he had 3 rebounds and 4 assists. Of course, he's gonna look at it and say, they trying to take this away. I can always pass it to my teammate if they get open or I see them. Then he had 2 turnovers and a steal. No personal fouls and was a +1 and plus minus. Nikola Jovic played 13 minutes. He ended up going 2 of 6 from the field and 1 of 4 from 3. He had 2 assists, no turnovers, and a personal foul, and was a -19 in plus minus. And then Khalil Ware was shooting pull up threes and still was able to score in the paint throughout the entire game. And that's something that you have to love from him. He ended up playing 24 minutes, had 10 to 15 shooting, 1 to 2 from the free throw line. He had 19 rebounds, which was game high. He was monstrous on the glass. He also had 7 blocks, just dominating the painted area all game, and really gave the Heat a huge advantage when he was in the game. That ended up helping them build on their lead to be able to blow out the Wizards. He also had 2 assists, 1 turnover, 4 personal fouls, and was a +7 and plus minus. Drew Smith came in and did some little things like having 2 steals, 1 assist, and shooting 2 of 5 from the field, 0 of 3 from the 3-point line, 2 of 2 from the free throw line for 6 points. And he also had no turnovers, no personal foul, and was a -15 and plus minus. Then Yagatronis played 28 minutes. He had 14 points. He went 4 of 9 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, and 4 of 6 from the free throw line. The man can score, and it's not hard for him to be able to do that. And he's always finding a way to play off his teammates, so the looks are usually decent or easy. But he also finds his teammates when he has the ball in his hands, and that's where he's very special at too. Not only can he shoot, not only can he drive, he can always find his teammates for easy looks, and he always look forward to doing so, and that's what makes him a good playmaker slash passer. He had 3 rebounds and then 2 blocks, 3 personal fouls, 3 turnovers, and was a -2 and plus minus. The Heat shot 93 field goals. They shot 58% from the field. The Wizards shot 106 field goals, but they only made 47% of them. 39 threes by the Heat, they shot 44%. 43s by the Wizards, they shot 43%. 34 free throws by the Heat, they shot 79%. 24 took in by the Wizards, which is 10 less than the Heat, and they shot 79% though as well. And then 49 for rebounds for the Heat, only 44 for the Wizards. 42 assists for the Heat, 28 for the Wizards. 42 is a lot of assists for any team in the NBA, but the Heat had it really flowing and going. And this one, 14 turnovers for the Heat and only 9 for the Wizards. 8, well, I would say 6 steals for the Miami Heat, 12 for the Wizards. And then 11 blocks for the Heat, 5 for the Wizards. 10 offensive rebounds for the Heat, 17 for the Wizards. 39 defensive rebounds for the Heat, 27 for the Wizards, 17 personal fouls for the Heat, 25 for the Wizards. And this ended up being a really good game for the Heat. They found a way to score. They found a way to defend. This was a team that they should have got beat. They should have beat, and they should have been able to figure out how to get it done by the end of the game. Instead, they came out and dominated right away, kept it going throughout the entire game, and ended up winning it very easily from start to finish. And this is what you want to see. This is what you want to be able to get from the Heat more often, even if it's next year or a couple years from now, because they haven't been looking that great, and their best players are always out, or they always not playing for whatever the reason is. And this was another game where there's a couple guys out, and we don't know really why, and it doesn't really make much sense to us. But the best part about it is they was able to find a way to get the win, and that's all that really matters, I guess, at the end of the day. And you just want to see if the Heat can be healthy before or when the playoffs do start, so we can see them play some good basketball against some good teams, and that should be fun and interesting to watch for the NBA fans like me and the rest of y'all. Comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell to get that analysis when it first come out. Y'all stay blessed up, y'all stay good, peace, and I'll see y'all later today, hopefully with more analysis.